Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be making a soap called Rose Quartz, and this is named after the fragrance oil Rose Quartz from Brambleberry. And I have used this fragrance oil before. It's so nice. I actually have, I think, one more left on my website. So it's time to restock this soap, and I thought I would show you how I make it. This soap the fragrance oil smells like bergamot, orange zest, and grapefruit. Those are the top notes. The middle notes are dried rose petals and jasmine, and the bottom notes are musk and sandalwood. So it's a kind of sophisticated modern floral fragrance, and I'm really glad I happened upon it because I really do like it. And it says on the soap notes that it will accelerate trace. So if you have not used that soap, if you have not used that fragrance before to make soap, just make sure you're using some caution. It does not accelerate trace in my recipes, so but just know that that is what the soap notes do say. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer and let's get started. So here's my oils, and then here's my lye water solution. We're going to get started. For some reason, I think of a blue palette when I think of Rose Quartz, kind of like a light blue, kind of a teal color palette. So that is what I went with last time, and I think it turned out really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy my design from last time. Okay. Just gonna give this a little hand stir. I bought these new containers at Smart & Final, my local Smart & Final, and I really like them because they hold up to 6 quarts of liquid, but they also fit in my microwave, so I was super excited to find these. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stick blend this on low, which is 1 on my KitchenAid. Now, last week I tried to show you this soap, and this was my failed batch, remember, because I was using the KOH instead of the lye on accident and it didn't set up. So I feel like I've tried to show you this before and it just didn't work out. So we're going to do it again. Okay, we just are at emulsification here, but I'm going to leave for just a second because I forgot to go get another container for my white. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. There we go. So we have reached emulsification. My blender over here. Okay, I'm going to split off about maybe 1.5 cups of this for white for my. Here we go. It's about 1.5 cups right there. Well, maybe a little more than that. Okay. For the blue, which is the base of my soap, I'm going to be using Tropical Teal Mica from Nurture Soap, and I'm not going to be using very much at all, like maybe 1/2 teaspoon for the amount that's left in here, which looks like 2 quarts. I'm also going to be adding in some white to this, just because it makes it a little bit more opaque to put in the white. You'll see what I mean when I blend that up. And then I'm going to be putting the rest of the titanium dioxide into there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my fragrance oil. I'm putting a little bit in here. Okay, that is how it looks so far. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more blue. Okay, and then I'll get my fragrance in there as well. Okay, that is more of the color I was going for. I'll show you that close up. Okay, that is how it looks now. I don't know if the camera can quite pick up the exact hue on that. So what I did last time with this and what I'm going to do again is just an in the pot swirl, which you've probably seen me do before. I really just like the way those look because they're super simple to do. If you got your technique right and everything is the same texture, meaning all your colors are the same texture, the in the pot swirl turns out really good. It does take a little bit of practice if it's not something you've done before because each fragrance oil works differently in the soap and also in different colors that you use. Like this could be chunkier than this one, and when you go to do the pour, your swirl might not look the way you imagine it in your head. So it does take a little bit of practice, and you want to make sure your soaps are at the same consistency when you do it. Okay. There's that. And that. Okay, so for this in the pot swirl, we're going to go up high and we're going to drop this into a few different spots in the soap. And one straight down the middle. So I'm going to have to give this one a little stir. to get that white a little bit more incorporated. But this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to take my spatula, I'm going to go straight down the middle where it's mostly concentrated there. I'm going to go up and around. And that's it. So the swirl comes from the pour itself, which I'm going to show you right now. So there's my blue and my white. And I'm just going to go right here down the middle, as you can see. And then I'm going to kind of get some of this color pushed down. There we go. There. Now my recipe makes a little bit more than I need for a 5-pound batch because I like to save a few for samples. So I'm going to fill this up as much as I can here. And I'll show you what I'm doing with the rest of it. There we go. Sorry for all my tapping. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back when this is thick enough for me to texturize and do the top, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back to go ahead and texturize the top and decorate it. So this is all I'm gonna do. I'm just taking a regular soup spoon, and I'm going to the edge of my mold and I'm pushing up. This is also something, if you're new to soaping, that you have to practice a few times to get the right texture. If it's too thick, your soap will stick to the spoon and it won't go up the way you need it to. It'll just kind of stick to the spoon and get glumpy. And if it's too runny, obviously you won't get those peaks. So I'm gonna go over to this side here. And we're just trying to create kind of a peak in the middle. So this is the perfect texture for doing this design. Okay. So things have been super hectic around here just with the crafting season upon us and school getting started and all of that, and was starting to get a little bit stressed out and overwhelmed with everything on my plate and thinking about the soap business and getting all that stuff done that I want to get done and reaching those goals that I have set. And I started to kind of not really enjoy what I was doing as much. So I've kind of decided to just look back at what inspires me and why I kind of started doing this in the first place. And why I started doing this in the first place is because it was a stress reliever for me. So I am going to be revisiting some projects that I have kind of put on the back burner since my soap business has gotten bigger. And I'm going to be going back to a project that I started a few years ago with a Wizard of Oz themed soap line. And I have actually completed 2 of those. I've completed the Tin Man and I've completed Over the Rainbow soap. Both are so pretty. And I think I really want to add to that line and just focus on that part of it again, because it does really bring me a lot of joy. So I think I'm going to be looking into doing the Wicked Witch of the West soap, Glinda the Good Witch, and a Dorothy soap, probably like Ruby Red Slippers. Anyway, give me some comments below if you think that that's a good idea, and tell me what inspires you. Okay, for the very top of this, I'm going to be using rose petals, pink rose petals from Brambleberry. And these look so pretty, and they just look nice and organic, and they just add a nice botanical look to the top. Okay, so the way that I'm going to do this is just put it right down the middle, like that. Let's see if I can bring you in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Now with the rose petals, you kind of have to press down to get them stuck in the soap. And you have to use a little more than you think you want because they don't all stick when all is said and done. Some of them will fall off. So I'm putting a little bit of a heavier layer than is gonna actually stick towards the end of this. But they smell good too, and they just look beautiful with this color. I just think they just look really beautiful with this color soap. And I'll go back through too with a skewer and just try to push down the ones that look loose. I actually think I'm gonna come through too and put some poppy seeds on the non-raised part here real quick. Some organic poppy seeds. Okay, so there's that. And then I like to take a skewer, which usually I have a skewer right here. I don't see my skewer, so I'm just gonna use the top of this, or the bottom of this plastic spoon, and just make sure those pieces that look still loose, push them in so they stick. There we go. Yeah, so I have all these awesome ideas swirling around in my head now for the Wizard of Oz soap. And I'm gonna have to recreate the Tin Man soap. I haven't done that one in a few years. And I just love the way it turned out. And I'm excited because if I can get all that line going, you know, who knows? You never know. That's kind of a niche thing people either like or they don't really care for. And people that like it will probably be interested in buying it. It's a unique handmade product anyway. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna go get some organic poppy seeds real quick. Okay, and I'm just gonna put them on a little sprinkle on the outside here, where there's no rose petals, just for decoration. Ooh, that looks really nice. Looks real pretty. And those poppy seeds, a lot of them will also fall off during the curing and cutting process, so just put on a little bit more than you think you want, and it usually comes out the way you like it. Okay. I'm gonna take my 91% rubbing alcohol and just kind of, this kind of seals everything in and prevents soda ash. Now, a little note about botanicals. These botanicals will stay the color that they are, this pink color, if you just put them on top of the soap. I learned the hard way with lavender. If you put the lavender into your cold process soap batter, like you want them infused into the soap all the way, you can totally do that, but they don't stay the color that you want them to. Like these pink would turn brown in a week. And I learned that with the lavender one time when I put the lavender all through the soap. It was really pretty purple when I cut it, and then a week later they all came out looking black and brown in the soap, and it just wasn't very pretty, at least to me. I didn't care for that look. So that is the making of Rose Quartz Cold Process Soap. Stay tuned for the cutting. Hi everybody, I'm back to cut Rose Quartz, and this is how it turned out on the side and the top. So I'm super excited to see what it looks like. Now, because this is topped with botanicals, I'm gonna put the botanicals facing this way. Usually when you use the multi-bar cutter, you put the bottom on the bottom. But because I don't want the botanicals to leave scrape marks or drag marks all the way down the bar, I'm gonna turn it sideways. And that's how it turned out on the inside. Gosh, I just love the way that turned out. Go ahead and show you a few more. They smell so good too. I love how the swirl comes all the way up to the side. And I'll show you one more. Okay, and there you have it. That's the making of Rose Quartz Cold Process Soap. If you liked this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, a like, and comment and share. Catch you on the next video.